The camera fades in, and we see a stark, dimly lit room. It looks kind of like an office, and kind of like an interrogation room. There's a small table set up in the middle, two simple wooden chairs on either side of it. On one end is a woman with tan skin and brown hair, scars on her face, her jaw set in a firm line. She's wearing a pilot's uniform, a skin-tight tan suit, and she has a military jacket shrugged over her shoulders. And on the other end, we see a woman that we haven't seen before. She's short, she has pale, freckled skin, light brown hair, which is tied back into a tight ponytail. She's wearing business clothes, a red blouse, a dark blue skirt, some sensible shoes. And she has a pair of glasses that she pushes up on the bridge of her nose. At the bottom of the screen, we see a title card appear. September 26th, 2234. Subject, Eurydice. Eurydice, you know this woman. This is Dr. Emmaline Klein. She is a psychiatrist that is assigned to the 92nd Cadre. This is not the first time that you've talked to her, and it surely won't be the last. You have just gotten back from a mission. You've just killed a Gorgon. And now, the Foundation, through Dr. Klein, will have some questions for you. Eurydice, it's good to see you again. How are you doing?
Same old?
Of course. As you're talking, you notice that Dr. Klein is writing notes. She has a small notebook, and she has a pencil, and she's scribbling. It seems like every word that you say results in dozens of words on the paper, but this is, again, something that you are familiar with. Now, I know you know who I am, but for the purposes of the recording, I should tell you that my name is Dr. Emmaline Klein, and I'm here with Eurydice, a pilot in the 92nd Cadre. Eurydice is here for the purposes of a routine post-mission evaluation. Eurydice, as always, you are being evaluated. You should answer all questions honestly and sincerely. And don't overthink your responses, please.
Yeah. I know the drill. Done this before.
Of course, I understand. It's merely a formality. The Foundation requires me to say all of this. Now, the reason that we have you here is you just participated in a mission that brought down the Gorgon designated GD 2234-124. Is that correct?
Yep.
Right. We just have some baseline questions for you. First, can you please confirm your name and designation?
Eurydice, pilot in the 92nd Cadre.
I suppose that takes care of my second question. If you could confirm your unit assignment. We'll just mark that one off. More writing on the paper. She frowns a little bit. And I'd just like to confirm that you are here of your own volition and free will, and that you have consented to participate in this process?
Yep. Yeah, just check the boxes you need to.
Of course, yes. More writing. Now first, I'd like to go over your feelings post-mission. Could you maybe talk me through where your mental state is right now? How you're feeling having just defeated the Gorgon?
I mean, normal, I guess. We went in, we killed it, guts flew everywhere, some building got destroyed, we're back.
Of course. More notes. A lot of notes this time. And Eurydice, how would you define normal for you?
What kind of fucking question is that?
If you could please just answer to the best of your ability, don't think about it too much.
Normal is normal, just the way I always feel.
Of course. And you mentioned a building. Were there civilian casualties by any chance?
Probably. I mean, they're kind of inevitable, right?
Of course. Now, how do you feel about that right now? You get the sense that she's watching you very closely as you respond, gauging your body language.
I mean, they're not good. Probably should have avoided them, but like whatever, I guess.
Of course. Thank you. More writing. And while you were on the mission, did you, by any chance, experience any unusual sensations? Sensation of crawling on your skin? Any kind of pressure behind the eyes? An unusual headache? Anything like that?
Nope, not that I can think of. Just went in, killed the thing. No, nothing weird. Pretty normal mission.
Of course. Thank you. And while you were engaged with this Gorgon, did you, by any chance, hear any kind of singing, especially that which does not appear to have a source?
What?
Please, just answer the question as directly as you can.
No singing. That's fucking weird.
Okay, thank you. More notes in the paper. She smiles briefly, and then the smile fades. And last question of the free-form ones, I promise, and then we'll move on. How do you feel about the rest of your cadre right now?
I mean, fine. They're doing good. We've got a couple of really powerful people. This new girl pinup is like shockingly good for someone who just joined, and like, I'm there with people I've been working with for ages. Peregrine, Irish, they've been doing this shit forever. So like, we're competent. We got our shit together.
Thank you. I appreciate your responses. She starts writing in the notebook, periodically looking up at you, and it almost seems like she's kind of ignoring you for a little bit. Like, she's not asking you anything. She's just writing and looking down. This lasts for a while, several minutes. Do you do anything while she's writing? Either say anything or anything with your body? Do you just sit there?
Eurydice picks at her fingernails absentmindedly.
She seems to notice this. More writing. Taps the paper with the pencil. More writing. I think after about 10 minutes, she finally looks up at you properly. Now, Eurydice, I'm going to administer the Xiang-Baker verbal assessment metric now. I trust that you're familiar with it.
Done it a million times.
And, of course, this is something you're familiar with. It's a somewhat strange series of prompt response questions that the Foundation issues. You've been doing this long enough to know not to assume what the questions are going to be, because they always change periodically. And there doesn't seem to be any particular rhyme or reason to it, and you've gotten used to it at this point. I'm curious, what's your opinion on this whole thing that you have to do, all of these questions? How do you feel about this?
Eurydice thinks that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, and yet, here you are, once again. Dr. Klein places the notebook flat in front of her, and she reaches into the back of it, and she pulls out a folded sheet of paper, which she then unfolds, and she begins to read. As you're aware, this is a system for assessing pilot readiness through a combination of word association, prompt response questions, and visual associations. We will go through 3 sections. I want you to respond quickly, without thinking too much. Please respond honestly and take these questions seriously. For our first section, I'm going to say a series of words, and I want you to say the first thing that comes to your mind, just a word or a brief phrase. Don't worry about filling the space. Just say something and we'll move on. Foundation.
Here.
Federation.
Protection.
Handler.
Kneel.
Frame.
Reliable.
Pilot.
Me.
Cadre.
Home.
Invasion.
We'll stop it.
Father.
Dead.
Mother.
Alive.
Foundation.
Here.
She stops, briefly, writes some notes, and then she continues. Sister.
Dead.
Brother.
Also dead.
Gorgon.
Kill.
Rebellion.
Kill.
She looks at you closely as you say that. Writes some notes. Womb.
That's a weird one.
Please, just say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Baby.
Sex.
Good.
Blood.
Bad?
Power.
Frame.
Rape.
Bad? Question mark?
Close look. More notes. Foundation.
Under their control.
She looks down at the page. More notes. Thank you. Now, for the next series of questions, I will ask you a brief prompt, and I'd like you to answer in a few short sentences. Again, please answer directly, honestly, and don't overthink the answers. This isn't a right or a wrong kind of test. Have you been questioning your identity?
No.
Have you experienced any moments of unexplained dissociation?
No.
Do you have a clear understanding of your role within the Foundation?
Yeah.
Have you been experiencing any phantom sensations, such as the feeling of fingers on your neck?
No.
Thank you. Excellent. She pauses again to write more notes. And then, after a couple more minutes, she once again reaches to the back of the notebook and she pulls out a small envelope. From this envelope, she produces a series of cards. You've done this before. This isn't always a part of it, but you recognize that they're cards that often have images on them. They can vary from abstract shapes to photographs, and you know what's coming here. She holds up the cards. Please, as I show you each of these, just, again, tell me the first thing that comes to mind when you see it. Once again, be honest, be direct, don't overthink it. She holds up the first card. It is a somewhat abstract red splatter. It reminds you of blood.
Oh, that one kind of looks like what got left after the Gorgon attack.
Thank you. She hesitates briefly and then writes some notes. Holds up the next card. It's an illustration of what looks like a fox tearing into some unknown creature, just a sort of a shadowy figure.
That one's kind of cute. I don't know. Viscera? Nature? Feels like natural order of things, I guess.
Of course. Again, this is not a test or a quiz. This is purely to establish a baseline. She puts the picture down, and then she pulls up the next card. It's a photograph. It is a pale woman with dark brown hair pulled back into a tight bun, wearing a round pair of glasses. She has blue eyes and slight, somewhat mousy features. There's a kind of a distance to her expression. You recognize this person. This is your handler, Colonel Williams.
Yeah. Handler Williams? Well, I will be seeing her tonight.
Dr. Klein looks at you closely when you say that, puts down the photo, and writes for longer than the previous couple of times. She holds up the next card. It's another photograph. This one is a photograph of a decaying bird carcass. There are maggots all over it.
Ew. I guess that one's also the natural order of things? Gross.
Of course. Thank you. She holds up the next picture. This is a still photograph taken from a distance. It's a photograph of a Gorgon rising above a city that's on fire. You think you were there. Not in this specific frame, but you were at the battle where this was taken. You wonder if they picked this on purpose. But looking at Dr. Klein's face, you can't tell. She looks impassive.
Ugh, fuck. Is this the Gorgon attack from last week? That one could have gone better.
I'm sorry. Pilot, this is... Please, there's the first thing that comes to mind, not your personal recollections of the image.
I guess could have gone better.
Of course. She puts it down and makes some more notes, looking at you closely. And then finally, the last photograph. It's a frame. It is, in fact, your frame.
Oh, hey, it's my girl. Reliable. Good. She's stuck with me for years.
You see a slight smile on Dr. Klein's face. She puts the photo down, makes some more notes, and she takes this little packet of pictures, slowly taps them together into a neat stack, and puts them back in the envelope, slips the envelope into the back of this little notebook that she's been writing in. She folds up the paper with the questions and puts them away. Thank you, Eurydice. This was very helpful. Just before I leave, do you have any questions for me specifically?
Yeah. Who do you report to again? Like, which specific higher up?
I'm sorry, I'm not at liberty to discuss the specifics of my reporting structure. Just know that I represent the Foundation.
Maybe, that one comment I made about Handler Williams. Don't let the board see that one.
She closes her eyes briefly, and then opens them again and smiles slightly. The specifics of your interactions with me are less important than the aggregate analysis of your responses.
I'll choose to trust you. Why not?
Excellent. Well, if you don't have any other questions, then she looks down at a watch on her wrist. I'm afraid that I do have another appointment to keep. She stands up, taking the notebook with her and gathering herself up, steps back from the table and pushes the chair in. And she walks over to you and sticks out her hand.
Eurydice shakes back.
Thank you, Eurydice. As always, it's a pleasure talking to you. I'm glad to hear that things are going well, and I hope that they continue as such. Suppose I'll be seeing you again soon. Have a pleasant day.
You probably will.
She looks down her glasses at you, and for the briefest second, her expression changes. She's had a warm expression most of the time. Like she's trying to make it clear that she is your friend, that she's someone you can trust, that you can talk to. And for just the quickest moment, you see a coldness in her expression that wasn't there before. Kind of analytical edge. Then it's gone. Once again, she looks warm and she smiles. Of course. Now, like I said, I must be going. She nods to you, and she turns. She walks out of the room. And Eurydice, you are once again alone in this room. You'll sit here for a few more minutes, and then someone will come to escort you back to your quarters. And as you sit there waiting, the camera slowly widens its angle. We can see more and more of this room. We can see the table in the middle, the chairs, and off in the corner, the small blinking red light of a security camera. And slowly, the shot fades to black.
Zero Angels is a new actual play podcast by Bad Rep Productions using the Girl Frame system, coming to the Bard Rock Network July 2026. Follow us at zeroangels.bardrockcafe.com on Blue Sky, or visit zeroangels.com for more information.